I'm Jessie, and this is yoga. Any questions before we start? Perfect. We'll start in child's pose today. So we'll come to the knees, sink the hips back, melt the chest down, and just relax and melt into your space. Let the stillness of the room start to wash over you. We start to become mindful of the breath, of the rise and fall of the chest. We start to turn the attention inward, letting go of everything outside of this room for the next 30 minutes. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, now would be the time. And if that's not really your thing, it doesn't have to be. Just sink into your space and take the time for yourself. And before we start to move, we'll work on a little pranayama, a little breath work. We start by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. We slowly fill the belly, the diaphragm, and the lungs. We hold for a moment, and then we gently exhale out through the mouth, emptying the diaphragm, the belly. We inhale. We exhale. We inhale once more without movement. We exhale once more without movement. Arms are extended nice and long, wrists in line with shoulders. We're going to inhale up onto the fingertips. Roll the elbows towards the ground. Press the shoulder blades back. And exhale, we melt into our space, bringing that heart back down. We inhale back to fingertips, deepening that stretch through the chest, the shoulders, and the upper back. Exhale, come back down. Relax into your space. We inhale up onto those fingertips once more. And exhale, we float up to our tabletop, landing with those wrists under shoulders and the knees under hips. Shoulders away from the ears, core is nice and tight. We press the tops of the feet into the mat, activating the lower body. Because while this is a relatively easy asana, it is not a restful one. We want to activate the whole body, feeling each muscle. We're going to inhale, drop the belly, raise the chest, raise the tailbone, and look up. Open the heart. And exhale, round the spine, drop the shoulders, drop the tailbone, and look down, compensating for that back bend. Move here between cat and cow at your own pace. Move with the breath, letting that breath guide you, letting that breath help you to flow. We open up that heart, that solar plexus, that sacral. We stretch into the abdominals and the back, waking up that spine. One more of each. Make sure we do the same amount of both cat and cow. We meet back in our neutral tabletop, and we inhale the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread that right arm underneath the left, bringing right ear and right shoulder down to the mat for thread the needle. Option to stay here. or to extend that left leg, pressing the leg back, toes into the mat. You also have the option to float that left arm up to the sky, possibly even dropping it to the back to bind with the lower back or inner thigh, opening the heart even more. Either way, choose the variation that works best for you. Actively pulling that belly into the spine, keeping that spine protected. And on our next inhale, we're going to start to gently unthread that needle, coming back to our tabletop. And exhale, shift the hips back and melt back into your child's pose. Let the forehead come to the mat and reset from that little twist. We gently roll back up, back to that tabletop. Wrists back under elbows, knees back under hips. We inhale, left arm up to the sky. And exhale, we thread it underneath that right. Thread the needle on the other side with the same option. You can extend that right leg out to the back, pressing toes into the ground. You can peel that right arm up, maybe even bringing it to your back and binding with the low back or inner thigh. We rotate through that spine, through the back and abdominals, opening the heart, stretching through those rear delts, rhomboids, the traps. And then we gently inhale and start to unthread that needle. Exhale, child's pose. Sink the hips back, melt into the space, and relax. We extend those arms nice and long, wrists in line with shoulders. And we're going to inhale, rounding through the spine, coming up, passing through tabletop, shifting the hips forward and opening up that heart for a nice big cobra. Belly is still into that spine. We stretch the abdominals and lower back. And we exhale, shift the hips back, child's pose. We're going to flow here a little bit. Inhale, back up, cobra. Exhale, back, child's pose. Inhale, flow back up, cobra. Exhale, back, child's pose. And once more, we flow forward, inhale up to cobra. But this time we exhale, tuck the toes, and shift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Tailbone up, nice and high to the sky. Feet under hips. Hands in line with shoulders. Shoulders away from the ears. Push the chest towards those thighs and really shoot that tailbone up. And from here, we're going to walk our dog. So bend the knees, pedal the heels, left and right. Right and left. Loosen the hammies, loosen those Achilles. And then we gently come back to center, back to our regular downward facing dog, back to stillness. Tailbone is up nice and high, we inhale. And exhale, we walk, step, hop, or float the feet up to the hands. Landing in Uttanasana, forward fold. Shoulders away from the ears. We let the head and neck hang limp and loose. Make sure there is no tension in that head or neck. We shake the head yes. We shake the head no. We gently bring that head back to center, back to stillness. We inhale halfway, flat back, hands to the floor, maybe to the feet, the shins, the knees or thighs, flaring the tailbone out. And exhale, we melt, we come back down to Uttanasana. Inhale halfway, flat back. Exhale, melt, Uttanasana. We inhale halfway, flare that tailbone out. And this time we exhale up to mountain pose. Shoulders down, head is up nice and high. Zipper those legs in, super gluing those feet, knees together. And then take a moment to find stillness, to ground through the feet. We inhale, sweeping the arms up. And exhale, we bend the knees, shift the hips back, and squat down into your chair pose. Heavy in the heels, belly to the spine. And if we look down, no issues, seeing the toes. Perfect. Make sure to keep squeezing those glutes. We inhale, hands to heart center. And we exhale, twisting to the right. We bring left elbow over to meet that right knee. We press those palms into one another, activating those arms. Everything is tight and active. We inhale, sweep up to center, up to a nice big back bend. Option to bring the hands to the lower back for support. Exhale, back to chair. We melt back down, heavy in the heels. Perfect. Chest is lifted. We inhale, hands to the heart. Exhale, twist left. We switch sides. We bring that right elbow over to meet that left knee. Staying heavy in the heels. And then inhaling and sweeping up, back to that back bend. Perfect. Exhale, chair. Again, heavy in the heels. Shoulders are back. Beautiful. Inhale, hands back to the heart. Exhale, twist right again. This time we're going to shift the body weight over into that right leg. And inhale the left leg back. We land in our twisted lunge. Core tight. Drop the back knee if it is needed. Exhale, step back up to your twisted chair. Beautiful. We inhale, twisting back to the middle. Exhale, switch sides, twisting left. Core stays tight. We shift the weight to the left leg. And inhale that right leg back to our twisted lunge. Stay heavy in that front heel. Continue to keep those shoulders back, pushing palms together. And exhale, step back up, twisted chair. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep up, back bend. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Uttanasana. forward fold. Shoulders back, we bring those hands to the mat, even if it means we bend those knees a lot. And we inhale, walk, step, hop, or float those feet back to plank. We're at the top of a push-up, shoulders down. Option to drop to the knees. And exhale, we lower down to the mat, option for chaturanga. Inhale up, up dog cobra. And exhale back, child's pose. Melt the hips, sink that heart, and relax. Arms extend nice and long. We inhale forward to cobra. We exhale back, downward facing dog. Tailbone up nice and high to the sky. Shoulders back. We inhale the right leg up to the sky. Three-legged dog. Keep that core tight. And exhale, we bring that leg down and thread it underneath that left arm, peeling that left arm up, landing in a variation of wild thing. Shoulders back. Gaze is to the side of the room or up to the sky. We inhale the left hand down. And exhale, step back to three-legged dog. We inhale forward to plank, bringing that knee to the chest. Exhale, we step back, three-legged dog. Inhale, body to plank, knee to the chest. Exhale, bring the knee down. We sink down onto both hips, planting through the center. Shoulders are back. We keep ourselves from rocking onto that right hip. We inhale. And exhale, we hinge at the hips, we fold forward, and we melt into our sleeping pigeon. Option to make fists with the hands so you can make a nice tall pillow. Basically bring the floor up to you. You can bring the head down onto flat palms for a small pillow, or maybe bring it all the way to the floor. You can also stack shoulders over elbows, keeping shoulders back, and opening the heart to Sphinx, while getting into those hips in that sleeping pigeon. We bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the left toes, press them into the mat, and inhale, press into the palms. We lift back up to cobra. Cobra upper body. And exhale, step that right leg back to plank. We inhale, holding that plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale up, up dog cobra, and exhale back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Now we inhale, left leg to the sky. Three-legged dog. Exhale, thread that left leg underneath that right arm, peeling that right arm up. Opening up for a wild thing variation on the other side. Pull the belly in. Push the hips up. Squeeze the glutes. And breathe. While we may hold a pose, we may hold an asana, we do not hold the breath. Now we inhale, right hand back to the mat. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, body to plank, knee to the chest. Exhale, extend back, three-legged dog. Inhale, forward, body to plank, knee to the chest. Exhale, bring the knee to the mat. Sink into the middle of those hips. Not rocking onto one side. We inhale, and exhale, we fold forward. Knees come down for our sleeping pigeon. On the other side. We melt into our space, feeling the stretch in that left glute, left hip, left adductor and abductor. Not only do we balance the root as a body, but we also get into the sacral and the solar plexus. And we'll hold our sleeping pigeon for just another few breaths. 2, maybe even 3, depending on your personal breath. And then we gently start to float those hands back under the shoulders, pressing elbows to ribs. We inhale back up, opening to a nice tall pigeon with our cobra on top. Tuck the back toes and exhale. Really dog. We're just going to float that foot down, landing in our regular downward facing dog. We're going to shift the weight into that left hand and inhale that right hand across the left ankle, shin, knee, or thigh. Really press into the left palm. And exhale, bring that right hand back. Back to our regular down dog. And now we inhale and switch, floating left hand to right leg. Ankle, shin, knee, thigh, wherever. And exhale, bring the hand back. Tailbone up nice and high to the sky. We inhale and exhale, walk, step, hop, or float the feet up to the hands. Back to Uttanasana, back to forward fold. Let the neck hang, limp and loose. Shoulders stay back. And we start to heel toe those feet out to the edge of the mat, bringing them out a little wider than the hips, with the toes angled out a little bit wider than the heel. Now we're going to inhale, bending the knees and shifting the tailbone down. Exhale, lift the upper body, lift those arms, bringing those elbows into the knees, and opening up to Malasana, to our yogi squat. Shoulders back. Core is nice and tight, keeping that head up high. Perfect. We inhale. And exhale, we slowly lower down, meeting in staff pose. We extend those legs, pressing those feet into the mat, nice flexed feet. If you need to move any extra love out from underneath, feel free. We want to make sure we're level on both sit bones. We inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. We melt into our space, saying hello to those hamstrings, saying hello to that lower back. We slowly start to roll up, and we hug that right knee in. Option to stay here or to step it across that left, deepening that stretch through the outside of the right hip. We inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, we twist to the right. Hugging left knee or left elbow and right knee together. Twisting through the abdominals and opening up through the heart. Head comes back in line with the front, and we gently untwist. Lay the top leg down and bend that left leg. We come to cow face pose. Still level on both sit bones. If you need to make the stretch less intense, pull the feet closer to the body. And if you would like to deepen the stretch, push the feet farther away from you. We inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, staying on those sit bones. So if you need to press into the palms to shift that body weight back, feel free. Beautiful. We gently inhale, sweeping back up, and exhale, we twist left. Bring those hands down. We're just gonna roll onto that left knee. Stand up, walk to the back, and then all the way back around, back to the front. We'll land in cow face on the other side. Now that left leg's on top. Perfect. And just like the side before it, push the feet away from you to deepen the stretch. Or pull them closer to the body to make the stretch less intense. Level on both sit bones. We inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Press into the palms to keep those hips planted firmly. Don't let the back half of that lower body start to lift. We gently start to roll up, and we extend that right leg, picking up the left. And if you need to step that left back in line with the hip, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, we inhale back up. Exhale, twist left. Bringing right elbow and left knee together. Opening up through that twist. Getting into that heart. That solar plexus. We gently bring the head back to center and then untwist the body. We're going to uncross the leg and bring the soles of the feet together. Bound angle, butterfly, or Baddha Konasana, whatever you may know it as. We're going to start by bringing that left hand to the floor just in front of those feet. And inhale that right arm to the back of the room at a diagonal, tapping it back, touching the mat. And exhale, float it forward at a diagonal, reaching in front of that left knee. Inhale, float it to the back. Exhale, back to the front, bring it to that diagonal. And one more round, inhale it to the back. Exhale, back forward. I'm just gonna go ahead, switch sides, slide that right hand to the middle and inhale, left arm back, open that heart. Exhale, back to the front, remember that diagonal. Inhale, open up. Exhale, back to the front. And once more, inhale back. Exhale to the front. We hold that little diagonal fold for a brief moment. And then we inhale, sweeping both arms up. And exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Melt into that space. And relax. We inhale, sweeping the arms back up. And exhale, we slowly come down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Head and neck will be the last to come down. We're gonna hold those legs in our little butterfly pose for just a brief moment more. Press the hips down into the mat, and then gently flutter the knees. We'll bring a little somatic movement to that body before we end our practice. And gently come back to center, back to stillness. Let gravity and body weight push the knees down towards the ground, continuing to open the hips. We inhale, and as we exhale, we stretch out nice and long. Take a nice big stretch like you just woke up from a good night's sleep. And come to Savasana, your way. You can lay in traditional Savasana, feet to the side, arms next to you. You can bring the feet back to Baddha Konasana, or maybe bend the knees. You can extend the arms out to the side, up overhead, make a pillow, cover the eyes, float them to the chest or belly. Or maybe you'd like to roll over onto your side to the fetal position or onto your stomach. Either way, get comfortable. Sink into your space and take the next few minutes for yourself, remembering that self-care is not selfish. And we cannot pour from an empty cup. So take this time for yourself, knowing that it is okay to do so. I'll bring you back in a few minutes. We gently start to bring awareness back to the body. Wiggle the fingers and toes if you wish. press up from your side. You can keep the eyes closed, or you can choose to open them. We inhale the arms back up to the sky. And exhale, we bring hands to heart center. I'd like to thank you for sharing your time, space, and practice with me this morning. Namaste. Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Jessie. I actually teach literally every kind of group fitness there is to offer, so if you have questions about anything at all, come see me. Otherwise, I'll turn my tablet on my Instagram